Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Tippy from the GooglyGooeys and today we will be tackling our 8 Cricut mistakes. Alright, so first off, before we begin, we'd like to give you some reminders. Well, first of all, we know that crafting is actually an evolving process. So for example, if you have suggestions on what can be improved, please comment down below so we can also read it in the future and we can probably address it if there's like a better way of addressing something like a process or a material, then we would also love to know like what we can do. Alright, so we're open to suggestions. Second, we'd like to remind you that this is just a video. This has been edited, but of course, this is a product of a lot of trial and error through the years. And then lastly, if this video is of benefit to you, like if you're able to learn a thing or two from this video, please give it a thumbs up and kindly subscribe to our channel because it will really help us put out more content similar to this. Alright, so let's get to number 1. Misplaced star wheels. So these small white rings that you'll see on the Cricut roller bar, these are actually called star wheels. It actually also took us a while to figure out what they are, but they actually hold your paper down. But if you have materials that are sensitive to star wheels, let's say foil or felt, leather, suede, balsa wood, these are materials that are sensitive to pressure. And so what is it that you're supposed to do? You're supposed to push those star wheels away from the center, and that way you will avoid having these unnecessary lines on your project. Number 2, outdated software. Well, I don't think you have the option not to update your software anymore. But still, if you do, make sure that you always have the latest model of Design Space. If Design Space doesn't work, it can only mean 2 things. Number 1, that Cricut International is actually doing an upgrade on the software or there are bugs they're trying to fix. Or number 2, that you have to install and uninstall Design Space, and then after which you have to download the latest model on design.cricut.com. You guys are actually lucky. Design Space used to work only with the web, and now there's an offline version. There's even a time in the past, pre-pandemic, where I would personally design stuff on the highway with my laptop. Then I'd save it on the same account, so my team and I share the same account. Then they'd cut it like from another place. There have been a lot of updates for Design Space through the years, so you guys are really lucky. Now you get to have layers, you get to have that cut function, and actually so much more. And I think we deserve to talk about this in another video, right? Third mistake that we commonly commit is that we forget to mirror our vinyls, especially our heat transfer vinyls. We forget to mirror them when we're doing our iron-on designs. You actually always have to flip or mirror your design. This is crucial if your project involves text and asymmetry. For example, you're trying to put text on a t-shirt or on the glass of a cafe and you're putting the vinyl from the inside, then you really have to mirror the text. Alright, mistake number 4, wrong material settings. It's a process of discovery. For example, here in the Philippines, there are a lot of different materials that are available. So the settings would, of course, be different. It's always nice to ask from Cricut groups. You can actually create your own custom settings for your favorite materials. And we do that. And we put a star on the materials that we always use. And you can actually adjust the pressure and number of passes in the custom material settings on Design Space. So you can actually save it as a preset so that you can reuse it at a later time. Alright, so mistake number 5 is having dirty Cricut mats. I know sometimes that you're rushing to finish that project and the last thing that you really want is a downtime. Of course, you don't really want that to happen, right? You know what? Years ago, I would find myself in the kitchen scrubbing all our Cricut mats. We have more than 10, 12 by 24 mats. And what we've discovered is that sometimes it's not really your blade. Apparently it is your mat. When your mat is either too dirty or when it's no longer sticky, when you want it to be sticky, or when it's too sticky but you're just cutting paper or something really thin, then the quality of the cut is actually also affected. So you really have to make sure that your mats are free from dust, they're free from dirt. You have to clean them, and you also have to restick them. And of course, we'll create a separate video for this. Like, we'll give you steps on how you can clean your mat. But you may also visit shop.googlyGooeys.com or shopee.ph/GooglyGooeys and look for the mat rescue solution. But we'll give you the steps on how to do that, or you can also access the website and the steps will be there. You can actually follow that. Alright, next mistake is something that I always commit. For the longest time, I've always been so excited just to see the final output, especially when we're trying a new project. So like, I'd wait for the entire design to be cut, and guess what? The final output is not actually okay, in the sense that either the machine wasn't able to cut through the material or it destroyed the material somewhere along the way. So you always have to do your test cuts if you want to avoid wasting any material. It's actually this process of finding the most optimal setting for your mat and project. So before you mass produce your project, you really have to do that test cut, or you have to be able to do a single piece and try to optimize your workflow and just see what works and what doesn't, and just keep on trying to improve the process. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and make that few test cuts before cutting your entire design. And let's move on to our next tip. Tip number 7, copyright. You always have to check the copyright of a design. So if, for example, you were able to find a design or a cut file on the internet that you like, so what do? Make sure that it is not copyrighted. Make sure that the owner was able to give you permission to use it either personally or commercially. Those are two different things. Like, for example, even if you were able to download it for free, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the means or the power to be able to play with that design. So for example, when you visit shop.googlyGooeys.com, we actually share a lot of free files. Like, if you type free, you will see a lot of free downloadables, not just for crafting, but also for kids. And then we also have our free PNG section. And as you will see, it's separated into two, or some of them have prices and some don't. That's because the ones with the price are actually for commercial use. And then the ones that are free are only for personal use. And we intend to populate the section of the shop eventually. Like, for example, we have this free printable and cut file, the DIY greeting cards. These are actually meant for personal use only, and you will see it in the bottom section in the description, right? So, of course, this doesn't just apply to our shop. This applies to all the designs. So just a word of caution, just check the copyright. Check the label. Number 8 is clean blades. You know, for a while, I was personally frustrated that I can't cut my materials properly, when in fact, I apparently had to replace it because it was more than 2 years old. So for those of you who are worried that they might overuse their blades, it actually takes a while for it to be blunt. And the second one is that you have to have clean blades. Like, you have to check if there is a tiny material stuck to the tip of your blade. So you have to push this side of the blade, and you really have to check, like, the tip of the blade. If there's something that's stuck there, like vinyl or even paper, as it might be pulling your material as it cuts your design and eventually destroys the entire project, right? So you really have to be careful. So then again, so just to summarize, it can be your blade, it can be your mat, it can be your pressure, or it can be your material. So there can be a lot of things. Wow, so I can't believe we were able to finish that list. And so if you have questions, please tell us in the comment section below, or let us know. Or you may also let us know on our Instagram page. It's instagram.com/GooglyGooeys, or also on facebook.com/GooglyGooeys. You know, the questions that you'll be asking us, it won't just be of help to you or us. It will actually help a lot of people. And we will also be able to improve our content next time, so that we can share more insights and discoveries with you guys. So there. And if you're also looking for Cricut machines, if you're looking for tools and accessories, you may also find them on shopee.ph/GooglyGooeys and shop.googlyGooeys.com. And don't forget, if you have a craft project, we would actually love to see it and we would love to be able to share it too. Just feel free to tag us on Instagram. It's at GooglyGooeys, and you may also tag us on IG stories. And you know what, guys? You can actually also share the link to your socials, the link to your shop on our group. It's Arts and Crafts Philippines on Facebook. Alright, so there, I hope that you guys were able to pick something up from this video. Give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel because that will really help us continue with this project. Alright, again, I'm Tippy representing Team GooglyGooeys, and we hope to see you again next time. Goodbye! Say bye, Riley!
Bye!
Bye, guys!
Bye, guys!
See you next time!
Bye! Like and subscribe! Oh, bye!